Can I approach on the off docket very quickly? This is 2529290. Here's my issue with this case, Judge. Mr. Perez posted a $1,000 cash bond. Upon posting the cash bond, he went to ICE custody. He's in ICE custody. He's already been removed before. All they do is reinstate the order. He's waiting on a seat, waiting for a seat on the plane. Now,
You have proof that he's actually in custody that you can show me?
yes, on Monday. Well, I can pull it up right now, but on Monday I can.
There's no sense in waiting till Monday. If we know what's going to happen now, there's just no sense in waiting until Monday. We can take care of what we need to do now.
But here was my question. If this court is inclined to revoke based on being in ICE custody or the bond condition violation, I was going to ask for a court reporter because I think it's a good issue for our appellate division. I've talked to the division. I don't think an involuntary violation is a basis for a revocation. But aside from that, he told me to avoid all that legal issues, he'd rather plead a time served.
But I got to get him back.
I can get him on video on Monday.
No, but we need thumbprints. We need signatures. We can never do a plea remotely. They have to be here. What I can do. No. I know. No, but I'm not. I need his thumbprint. I need his signature on the plea paperwork because we can't do that remotely.
Okay.
I can bench warrant him here and we can get him back.
I don't see a basis for the bench warrant, Judge. Bench warrant's got to be he violated a court order. I don't, if he's going to.
I'm telling you that to help you to bring him back.
No, I understand. If you bench warrant him, he's coming back. He doesn't come back.
He doesn't want to take care of this? Because I'm telling you, if he ever wants to come back to the United States, it's going to be such a problem for him.
Judge, there are some people, look, I can tell you in the federal context, right? If you have a defendant charged with 1326, state US code, illegal reentry, and they could be deported rather than face that conviction, they're going to always choose deportation because there are some people that are screwed immigration-wise. This is one particular individual. He's screwed immigration-wise. I've advised him of consequences. He wants to be home for the holidays. Okay, I understand.
So short-sighted, you know, really.
In terms of what immigration law, he's permanent barred. I mean, run you through all the sections of the INA. He has no options to get anything anytime at any point in the future. So he wants. It's a waste.
Let's say he goes.
Money, in my opinion, to bench warrant him. Harris County has to go all the way up there to Conroe, or I think they go to Greens Road. Federal government brings them down to Greens Road.
Here's my thing. I think it would be unreasonable if he gets deported for me to continue to reset this case. Because that's what you're asking me to do. I indefinitely reset this case.
Well, what I'm asking, look, your docket management issues, that's a docket management problem. But the DA's office, if you look at their dismissal form, one of the boxes is deported. They can always refile the case. That's a docket management issue that they can take care of. But for him to.
Can't always refile it because they have a statute of limitations.
Well, issue, but I don't see what the basis is to revoke bond off an involuntary violation.
I agree with you.
So where's the, I mean.
But I cannot indefinitely reset the case.
Then what's going to happen?
I don't know. Let's see what they want to do. Perhaps they'll dismiss it. I don't know. Have you spoken to them about that yet?
Yes, they did not want to dismiss it.
Okay,
They
there we
offered
go.
the time served.
And if he ends up getting deported, right?
But here's the thing, if you revoke bond on Monday, he's not going to get deported because ICE, every time they're about to deport, they do the warrant check. They're going to see the revocation and they're going to bring him back here. And it's probably going to delay everything, maybe 4 or 5 weeks, cost the federal government money, cost the county money.
Okay with it. He has plenty of money and it's better in the long run for everybody if we get it back, take care of things the way that they should, as opposed to the other way.
And Judge, I have 2 follow-up questions, which is then one on Monday, I would like a court reporter for the hearing because we're going to appeal that up. And the second thing is, would you agree to reinstate because he paid the cash bond? He doesn't want to lose $1,000.
State, need your help, if you don't mind, please. So we're in a bit of a conundrum.
We talked about this a little bit.
I just forgot the cost number. 1 second.
Judge.
Oh, don't worry about it. Look, hey, don't worry about it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Perez, he has a prior assault, looks like it was disposed in 21. Is that a conviction?
He has 1 prior conviction, Judge.
Oof.
With the
Yeah.
affirmative family finding.
Finding, right. So
2021.
he's got that prior, picks up, I guess, a felony assault in 23 that gets dismissed,
Right,
a felony theft that's also dismissed,
right.
and then now he's picked up a DWI Class A. And I guess what happened was they give him a PR bond like they do, I guess, on every case, and then he ends up going to ICE.
Well, Judge, let me clarify. We actually approached for a PR bond. This court didn't want to give him a PR bond. He had a $1,000 bond. I told him, so this is on me because I didn't read the bond conditions beforehand, but I told him that if he paid the $1,000 bond because he wasn't set until January 7th, knowing immigration, there was a likelihood he was going to be reinstated and deported before January 7th. But the bond violation report was filed because he failed to get an interlock and he failed to report to pretrial. That was an oversight on my part to not look at those conditions. I mean,
It's not a deal.
I hear you.
I'm never gonna ding someone for.
Well, I'll self-ding. I've already done myself.
But, so what he's asking for is he's asking, you know, are you gonna dismiss? These are hypothetical questions. Are you going to dismiss? If not, how do we go forward? Because he's in custody, he's telling me that he's probably gonna end up getting deported because he's been removed already once.
Well, I know he's getting deported. I spoke to ICE yesterday. He's awaiting a seat on the airplane.
So they're going to, the problem is that basically what he's asking me to do is not revoke his bond and just let it continue, right?
That's correct, Judge.
That means I would really be indefinitely resetting this case because he'd be getting deported back to his country. And I would literally have a case on my docket for the next 30, 40 years or however long until he comes back, if he comes back, right? And I think that's a little unreasonable, right? So what I suggested is that we bench warrant him back here so we can take care of the case one way or the other, whether you guys dismiss it, whether he pleads somehow. In the alternative, I could issue a warrant for his arrest, right? And then that would also be a way that we could get him back here. I think that you're opposed to both of those methods.
That's correct, Judge. I don't think there's a basis in the code for either method.
And we spoke,
So look, don't respond yet. Let's have a hearing on Monday so that everybody here can properly research, is that a proper way for a bond revocation, right? Can we revoke the bond? Is it a proper revocation or not? I don't want you to answer now, but take time. Let's look over it, you know. I don't do anything that's wrong, right? I never, ever. I think it's just holding this case open indefinitely. I do that, man.
It's a conundrum, Judge. I mean, I think this, there's bond amount that can assure he would appear in the future, right? Even in $1 million bond, right? So, but at the same time, you can't hold a Class A at no bond. You know, I mean,
No one's holding him at no bond.
right, but that would be the only alternative. In the case you revoke bond, let's say you revoke bond on Monday, he's back in Harris County custody on Friday.
That's not necessarily true. They may deport him anyways. We have dozens of cases where they've deported him regardless.
I can tell you that in my experience, when ICE does the deportation, they do a warrant check. They'll deport pending charge, they'll deport. But if there's a warrant, if there's a revocation, they will send back to Harris County. That's my
I've seen it
experience.
both ways. It's discretion.
If there's a case.
So, but let's regroup Monday. I mean, how do we move forward? Do we revoke? Do we leave open? Do you guys dismiss? Do you have enough evidence? Can you eval the case if you don't mind? Is it a good case for trial? Is it not? I don't know. But let's regroup on Monday and see how we go forward.
And
You know?
the court reporter on Monday?
Yeah, Ramona, are you gonna be here on Monday? No, she'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.